Hello, ladies, and welcome back. I hope you guys are doing well. So, in today's video, we are going to be discussing how we are to conduct ourselves when we are invited as a guest to a dinner party. Now, as spring and summer roll around, there are going to be a lot of outdoor dinner parties as well as indoor parties. And if you are one of the lucky ones to get invited to someone's home, then today's video is going to be beneficial to you. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing how you can be that classy, elegant, and polished dinner guest that always gets a return invitation instead of the tacky dinner guest that you don't want to be. So in this video, we're going to learn how to conduct ourselves with decorum when we are lucky enough to be invited to someone else's home as a dinner guest. So I've actually got 8 do's and don'ts to share with you ladies today as to how you can be a good dinner guest or a guest that never gets invited again. But before we get into this video, let's get into this outfit of the day. So my outfit for today are these beautiful wide leg linen shorts, and they are absolutely beautiful. They have side pockets, and I paired the shorts with the matching top. The top has some ruching in the back of it, which makes it easy to put on. But to bring in that simplicity of elegance, I popped on my Hermes belt with my matching sandals, which I absolutely love. I think this pairs so beautifully together. And to give you a little look at how the Hermes belt just makes this look a little bit more classy and sophisticated, I really think this comes together very well. And of course, my normal silhouette of jewelry. You can wear pearls with anything, and I think it just classes up an outfit. But a full look of this outfit with the sandals. And I wanted to just give you a closer look at these Steve Madden sandals. They look like Hermes sandals, but they match my Hermes belt perfectly. And I could not have found a perfect color match for the shoes and the belt. The next thing I want to show you is my guitar purse. And those of you who have been following me for quite some time now, you've seen this bag. But again, I even shocked myself when I saw how well the belt, the shoes, and the purse went together. The signature fragrance for today is called Elwood. And this is one of my favorite fragrances by Abercrombie & Fitch. And now we're going to tie the entire outfit together with a pair of sunglasses. So my tip number 1 is always RSVP to an invitation, whether or not you are able to attend. Now, the host was thoughtful enough to invite you to the event or the dinner party, so always be thoughtful enough to respond or RSVP whether or not you can make it to the party. When you take the time to RSVP to an invitation, it shows that you not only respect the host, but you are also a person that has high moral standards. However, ladies, if you choose just to ignore the invitation and not respond, this shows that you are tacky. Also, it shows that you do not respect yourself enough to respond to the invitation. So we do not want to be tacky when we have been invited to someone's home. We want to be sophisticated. We want to be classy and polished. So please take the time, ladies, to RSVP to an invitation that you've received. And lastly, this is rude, and we are going to be better than that, because not only do we know that it is not respectful to ignore someone's invitation, but we also know that it looks bad on us when we don't respond. So, my tip number one is to always RSVP to an invitation that you've received. Tip number two, when you've been invited to someone's home for dinner or for a party or event, turning up empty-handed shows that you are uneducated. This is so uneducated, ladies. Everybody nowadays knows that when you have been invited to someone's home, that you bring something for the host. Now, if you're asking yourself, what should you bring? Well, something simple like a bottle of wine, a box of chocolates, or even a bouquet of flowers would be sufficient for the host to show that you appreciate them for the invite. Now, you don't need to go overboard by bringing presents or gifts or anything like that, but something simple like a bottle of wine or a box of chocolates would suffice. So we as elegant ladies want to do better than that. We want to make sure that we are that classy dinner guest that gets invited back. We don't want to turn up empty-handed and just sit down and start partaking of the food and the wine that's been put out there for the guests. We want to show that we are appreciative of being invited to the party. So my tip number two is never ever turn up at a dinner party empty-handed. Now, my tip number three is something that we're going to have to talk about here. Now, when you have been invited to someone else's home, never assume that it means a plus one. Bringing someone else to a dinner party that has not been invited is very disrespectful to the host. So when you are invited to a dinner party, please do not assume that it means that you can bring your boyfriend or your cousin and even your kids and pets. Please always check with the host to see if it is even okay to bring a guest along with you, but automatically assuming that you can bring a plus one, or that if you don't have a babysitter that you can bring your kids or your pets to a dinner party. So you want to definitely check with the host to see if this is okay. Now, some people do not prepare a lot of extra food when they are hosting a dinner party and they know the number of people that's supposed to arrive. So if you are turning up with 2 or 3 extra people in your party, this is going to make it very difficult on the host to make sure that there is enough food and drinks for everybody to go around. And so, ladies, I understand that sometimes you may not be able to find a babysitter, or if it is concerning a pet, you may not be able to find someone to sit with your pet. But it is so tacky to just assume that the host is going to be acceptable of you bringing your kids or even your cat and dog. So let's be very respectful. And when you have received an invitation, make sure that you are the only one that shows up to that party, unless it has been pre-approved by the host. Tip number 4 is not following the dress code. Now, some parties have a theme and they have a dress code and they make it fun where everybody needs to be presented in a certain outfit. And I wanted to share with you, ladies, when I worked in a corporate law firm, every year my employer had what's called the Grinch party. And it was during the Christmas time, and we were all required to dress in a way that represented the theme of the party. So when you have been invited to a party that has a theme, make sure that you follow the dress code. Say, for example, you have been invited to a baby shower. Well, it should be obvious that you should not show up in your gym clothes with running shoes on and sweatpants. So these are things, ladies, that are automatically identifiable that says that you do not have class and that you lack decorum. So tip number 4 is to always follow the dress code when you have been invited to a party. And if you are unsure of the dress code, then contact the host. But always, always follow the dress code of the dinner party. Tip number 5 is arriving at the dinner party extremely hungry. Now, starving yourself all day long so that you can overeat at someone else's home shows an extreme lack of class. And it also shows that you might just be turning up at the party just to get full. And ladies, we do not want to show up and overeat at anyone else's party. So before you go to a dinner party, ladies, I want you to eat something. Now, I am not talking, I'm sorry, ladies, but I have actually seen people do this. So I am not talking about overeating so that you bloat yourself and you can't really button up your pants for the evening. I am just talking about simply eating a little something before you arrive at the party, maybe an hour or two before, like a salad or a bowl of fruit. But you never ever want to show up at someone else's home so that you can overeat or fill yourself up from the entire day. Ladies, a dinner party is not designed to serve you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It is a dinner party, and we want to always conduct ourselves with class, with grace, and with sophistication. So always, always have a little bite to eat before you arrive at a dinner party. And don't just focus on getting there to have the food. A dinner party is really designed for connection, to have you connect with other people, to be able to share stories and good things in life. A dinner party is designed primarily to bring people together. So let's make sure that we show some self-control when it comes to eating. Tip number 6, turning up late at a dinner party. Now, ladies, this one is probably the most disrespectful of all. Now, we all know what we have on our schedules. Now, there are some exceptions to turning up late if you have an emergency or if your car breaks down or for some reason your sitter did not show up. But just haphazardly turning up late because you're a person that thinks turning up late is okay, this is extremely disrespectful, not only to the host, but you are also disrespecting yourself. There should be no reason why you should be turning up 30 minutes late to a dinner party, not having notified the host. And so other people will be sitting around waiting for you to arrive before serving the food or before they start the entertainment. So we want to make sure that we are always on time or even a little bit early, not too early now, but even a little bit early when we have been invited to someone's home for dinner. So always make sure that you have a valid reason for being late, and be sure that you notify the host that you are going to be late and give her a time that you may or may not arrive. Tip number 7, getting into disagreements during dinner. Now let's talk about this, ladies. Now, if you arrive at a dinner party and there is someone there that you might have had a little disagreement with in the past and you want to try to straighten it out during someone else's dinner party, this is so rude. This is uneducated. It shows that you are not classy at all and that you don't even have any respect for yourself. So we are not going to be turning up at someone else's dinner party and resolving our old issues. Dinner parties and events are meant to be moments of pleasure. They are designed to connect people, to have fun and get together. We are not going to be women that are going to turn up and try to resolve issues with other people at a dinner party. So make sure, ladies, that you are conducting yourselves in the proper manner. And if that other person is there that you still have a disagreement with, then be sure to hold your tongue. And then if you and the other person want to resolve that after the party is over, not on their premises, of course, but by telephone or by meeting in person, then that's something that is up to you. But starting an argument with someone at somebody else's house that you want to resolve a disagreement with is totally and completely disrespectful and shows that you lack decorum. And the next thing I want to talk about is when you are at the dinner table and there is something being said that you do not agree with, you do not need to lash out at that person because you don't disagree with what they're saying. Holding your tongue and letting someone else just have their opinion is the best method of keeping things simple, keeping them fun, and keeping them classy. But lashing out at the person is not proper and it does not show that you have class. Sometimes, ladies, not dignifying something negative with a response says a lot. Silence is golden. And sometimes not responding to someone else's negativity shows that you are the one who is classy, who is polished, and who is elegant. So learning to control your emotions in the midst of provocation shows that you are intelligent, poised, and that you are a woman of character. Tip number 8, when to leave the party. Now, every event has a closure time. And you do not want to be the last one leaving the party. You do not want the host to have to ask you to leave. There are certain times that we should automatically know when the party is kind of winding down. If you take a look at the buffet, if there's a buffet and the food has kind of left from the buffet, the wine has kind of been drank from the evening, and people are starting to exit, this is a perfect time to find the host and say your goodbyes. But also, ladies, make sure that you just don't exit out without telling the host that you're leaving, because this is also rude. You want to thank the host before you leave and just let her know that you enjoyed being at the party. So never ever be the last person to leave the party, and definitely do not be the person that you have to be asked to leave. Now, I have a bonus tip that I want to share with you, ladies, and it is about sending thank you notes. Now, this was just one that I threw in because I actually found some beautiful thank you notes when we were in New England from the Museum of Art. And this is a perfect way to show someone that you really appreciated them. And when I saw these, I actually fell in love with them. And I wanted to show you how beautiful they are. And they're covered with these little lavender flowers. And I think this is so gorgeous. I didn't know, but these were made in Italy. When I saw these in the store after we went through the museum, I just had to have them. But look, ladies, look at the envelope. Look how beautiful. And I just love these beautiful little lavender flowers. Look at that. And look how beautiful the interior of this envelope is. And then these are the little notes that you can write thank you notes on. And they even have the little detail here with the lavender flowers. I love getting handwritten notes. And those of you who have been on my channel for a while know that I love handwritten notes. And so I think this is just a beautiful way to show a host that you appreciated the invite. So those are all the tips that I have to share with you ladies in today's video. I hope you've enjoyed them. And I also hope that the tips that I'm sharing can be beneficial to you. And also, ladies, please stay tuned for my upcoming videos. I do have videos planned out. I want to do a part 2 of some of the things we saw and did while we were on holiday in New England. So please stay tuned for that. And if you are landing on my channel for the first time, my name is Teresa, and this channel is all about leveling up and becoming more elegant and graceful. And if you're interested in that, then please consider subscribing to this channel. And once you subscribe, please leave me a comment down below and let me know so that I can personally welcome you to this channel. And also, ladies, don't forget to hit that like button before you leave the video, as this tells me what type of videos you guys enjoy watching. Thanks for watching, ladies, and I'll see you in the next one.